Hello, welcome US Geoguessr fans. This is another video by the professor. I am going to be playing a challenge, another challenge from Shmoo Gaming. This is really exciting. My last video, I played one of their previous challenges. I've really been enjoying watching Shmoo Gaming play the US and Geoguessr, so check out their channel, give them some subscribes, some likes, and I am ready. This is super exciting because this is our first no moving challenge from them, and we are switching maps. I really like this map, the 100 biggest US cities plus capitals. This map requires a little bit of knowledge of US population. There's some big cities not on this map that you wouldn't expect, like Salt Lake City. And then there's a bunch of, kind of almost random suburbs that make it into the top 100 cities as well. And then you throw the state capitals in the mix. That's pretty cool. So I am up to the challenge. We have new game mode, no moving, and new map. I am very excited to see where we go. Okay, we are pretty dry. If we look here to this plate, that is a red and blue kind of plate there. That's interesting. That almost looks like an old Volkswagen thing there. That's pretty cool. Looking ahead, that is an interesting plate right there. None of these plates really seem to match at all, huh? This is not starting off well, and it's not starting off very easily. That plate is blue at the top, yellowish at the bottom. That's weird. That almost looks like a Iowa plate. Now looking straight ahead, that looks like a Nevada. So right there on the front plate of that Chevrolet, we have blue at the top, and then we have kind of like a desert sandy scene at the bottom. So that almost to me looks like a Nevada plate. It also could be Arizona, that's for sure. But none of this landscape looks Arizona at all. We also have front plates. This is hard. This is hard. I'm gonna have to look a little bit, I think, at landscape. This to me, straight ahead, like this scene almost looks like Pacific Northwest. And this looks like a Washington plate to me. That also to me looks Washington. This one straight ahead vaguely looks Idaho, but could also be Washington. But look how dry we are. This is concerning. I don't think I would expect to see this anywhere in Washington, really. We have no mountains to be seen almost anywhere. This is difficult. 30 seconds left. These plates, there's fronts. Where could we possibly be? Boise, I don't think would be on this map. Let's go. The only thing I can think of is somewhere like Reno or Sacramento. It's dry. Oh, okay. Went with the Nevada plate. The thing that was throwing me off was that I wasn't seeing mountains anywhere. So where were we? We were in Northwest Reno. That was a plonk with 11 seconds left. Wow, I got lucky. I got lucky there. Wow, tough first round. Catalyst went Phoenix. I mean, I don't blame him for that, given like those yards, but none of the foliage was Phoenix. It was dry enough, that's for sure. Chaos Queen, I'm not surprised, went with Carson City. I think she knows that area. I think she's from this Western Nevada area. Notice we didn't get any street signs On the last challenge I recorded, we got Reno street signs just right off the jump, but no moving. Wow, take that. 4981, just desperation plonk. Let's hope this one's a bit easier. Okay, little bit of a different scene here, that's for sure. So notice we get some pretty prominent palm trees here to the southeast. That was the first thing I noticed. We also get some relatively sandy soil, and we get some pretty obvious clues. This is going to be way easier than the first round. City of Orlando. Cool. I knew that's where we were even before seeing that sign, because look at the street signs. This circular blue O with, I don't know what's going on here in the middle. That's Orlando, that O. So, good. I feel like I can breathe a little bit. Can region guess Orlando? That's going to be challenging. This Central Florida is very, just, it all kind of looks the same to me. I really need to practice Florida a lot better. Orlando's a pretty big place. We have Wadeview Park, and we have Osceola, though. Osceola is a north-south. Wadeview Park, does it look big enough to where we might be able to scan for it on the map? Yeah, I don't see why not. Let's see if we can just find this park in Orlando. Of course, we don't want to get out. There's Wadeview Park. Cool, okay. So that was not difficult to find at all. We must be, if we're looking northeast through the park, we must be on Osceola and Grant. Since we have some time, does that make sense? Does Grant kind of dead end there and then go to the right on Summerlin? Yeah, totally. So Wadeview Park, that would be in South Orlando. Yeah, we can't get Grant off of that sign, but lots of clues here. Lots of clues indeed. Florida palm trees, very sandy soil. That's indicative of Florida. This vegetation, I would say North Florida for sure, because notice that we're not getting a proliferation of palm trees. So that would lead me, if we didn't get those Orlando signs, I would probably be led a little bit inland and a little bit north, because we're not getting tons and tons of palm trees, and we're getting a lot of like deciduous trees mixed in. Okay, cool. So good. Chaos Queen got it. Catalyst. They weren't able to pinpoint that park, but good job, both of you getting Orlando. All right, different scene here. Getting a nice variety, I think, of urban US. This looks, I don't know. I don't know if I have maybe Houston would be my first instinct. I was thinking somewhere like Memphis, but then I saw fronts. We have front plates. And I could definitely buy that this is a kind of Texas environment for sure. Looks very poor. This is not an affluent neighborhood, that's for sure. We get southwest road direction there, so we're not on a rigid grid system. See if I can get anything else off of these plates. The thing that's throwing me off is we're getting front plates. We get front plates there pretty distinctly, and we get front plates there. So there's two. The plates are nondescript. They're very just kind of plain black and white. Fire hydrant, blue, silver. I don't think that gives us anything to go off of. A relatively, like I say, depressed area We get another just plain black and white plate there. This leads me either to Virginia or Texas. The fact that we have those fronts, the fact that they're just black and white. This looks a bit more southern to me, though. Really does. Deciduous trees everywhere, though. We're not really getting southern pines. I don't think I would expect to see that in Texas. If we were anywhere in the deeper south, no fronts, no fronts. Could this be Virginia anywhere? Would have to be somewhere like Virginia Beach. It's the only place it possibly could be. I think we would be getting more southern pines. I gotta go with just my first instinct here. Houston. Okay. Not bad. Catalyst went Dallas. That was a great guess. Yeah. I mean, in looking at that, it just didn't look really swampy enough. And yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Houston though. Still somehow winning. That was a tough round. I gotta hand it to both of them going Texas there. We had very, very few clues. I can't wait to watch this video. What led you both to Texas there? Um, the only thing I was going off of was those license plates and then just kind of vibes, but I really couldn't pinpoint those vibes. I'm gonna have to go back and review that round. Southeast Dallas. Wow, good job, Catalyst, getting that. Okay, round 4. Looks like we're gonna be easier. Cool. We're gonna be somewhere very urban, and yeah, we gotta be in Chicago because look, we're right under the L. There's the elevated train line. We are going east-west, though. Okay, we definitely need to know that. Wacker. Okay, so we're going west towards Wacker. We don't get the W, but we know that's what that says because I know Chicago well. There we get the W over there. So that is Wacker, which is a road that's going north-south in Chicago. Love the city of Chicago. I spent so much time there. That should be pretty easy to get, even if we didn't have this very helpful Schultz supply truck right next to us. South 59th and Cicero. Here we have a variety of Illinois plates too, even if we weren't sure that we were in the loop in Chicago. And we are very literally in the loop. We're underneath part of the loop, I believe, right now. Could we be on Lake? Not 100% sure, but we're looking west towards Wacker. And then east towards, does that say Franklin? Yes, Franklin. I can barely read that. So let's not dilly-dally and reminisce about Chicago too much, because let's try to pinpoint this. Yeah, okay, so we're going, was I right? Are we on Lake? Yeah, cool. I thought so, because there's the lines right above us. There is Wacker, both lower. See, lower Wacker is underground. So, like, underneath upper Wacker over here, right? Which is even, like, underneath the elevated train lines. There's an underground road running underneath. And it's really cool to drive through. It's kind of like a dystopian underground urban atmosphere. It's cool, but since we have 45 seconds left, and I'm pretty sure I 5K'd this, right across from Blackwood Barbecue. Yeah, maybe a little bit southeast of there. Yeah, let's just admire Chicago. Looks nice and warm. People are wearing shorts. So, yeah, I've been down Lake. I've been in this exact area many, many times. The river, Chicago River, is right north of us here. You can see it on the map, and it's really cool to just walk along the boardwalk and the riverwalk here in the loop of Chicago. So cool. Good round, yeah. I did 5K, so just narrowly above Chaos Queen Catalyst. I gotta tell you, for their first time playing no moving, they are doing exceptionally well. Exceptionally well. Okay, well, it looks like this is where the fun ends. Wow, this is gonna be hard. This is just basically like kind of an arbitrary drop here, huh? We are looking towards the southeast, and we have some hills, some mountains, some foliage there. Area closed. Do not go beyond this sign. Notice. Okay, well, is that all we're gonna get? Another sign there to the southwest. Huh. Well, was doing well. We got some urban rounds, and now we are looking at a round that is very different. In looking at this road and these stripes, first thing I noticed that we have these raised reflectors. That doesn't help too much. That tells us that we're somewhere there it doesn't ever snow. I think that was already pretty obvious by this foliage and this landscape here. This tree is very interesting. That tree, this foliage here, this tree here, interesting. Wooden poles. Wow. Okay, wooden poles. And then, wow, look at that tree to the east, southeast. This kind of like banyan tree here. Okay, I don't think I would blame anybody for thinking that like we're somewhere in California on this drop. But the more I soak this in, the more I see the lack of California poles, the more I see this just, this foliage that's out of place. This one, these down here. I'm not fully confident, but I want to send Hawaii here. And on this map, there is only one place we could be. It's the capital. It's the biggest city. It would be on this map. Now, this is a horrible hedge. It's a horrific hedge, right? If we are indeed not in Hawaii, we are gonna take the L here, are we not? It's gonna be real bad. So out on a limb here, Hawaii. Yeah, nice. Got it. Got it. See, that was such a hard Hawaii round, and it didn't like start soaking in until I saw, that right there, that's not a California tree. It's really not. Whatever this plant is here, that's a very exotic looking plant for mainland US. And then I think this is what did it for me. That lone tree up there on the top, that I don't that's a Hawaii tree. Wow, what a hard fifth round. I was suspecting it off the drop, and if Piano Man or any Hawaii experts would watch this, he would probably make fun of me for being so ambivalent about it at first. He would probably know exactly where this was, but especially on this map, only one place it could be. So I'm even happy with my region guessing of Honolulu. We were up in the hills near this state park. I wanted to go in that state park, but moved off of it. I'm still really happy with that though. In 3 minutes to work it out. And yeah, just like I was saying, I don't think I would blame anybody for going Hollywood Hills there. It's just the minute details, and we had almost nothing except that vegetation to indicate Hawaii. So let's see how we did. 23-134. Good enough for first place for sure. And it all came down to Hawaii for sure on the end. See, I was nervous of the reverse of that, me going Hawaii and then just getting hung out to dry and having it been like, I don't know, some weird like Catalina Island or something, California. But glad I went Hawaii. Glad I went Hawaii. Wow, thanks Shmoo Gaming for that challenge. Did well, really, with the exception of that final round on the first no moving challenge. This was great. So 23-134. Let's review. Where were we on the first round? That was, oh yeah, in Reno. That first and last rounds were very difficult. Reno was just a vibe. And I gotta think that Chaos Queen just vibed it too. She thought, this just feels like it. So I'm happy I settled on Reno. We had a bunch of different license plates. It was the one plate I was pretty sure was Nevada, and that led us to Reno. I think we got like some Cali plates in there. I was pretty sure there was an Idaho plate in the mix, so I just kind of just hedged in the biggest city. Reno's definitely going to be on that top 100 list. It's a big city. So if I wouldn't have gone Reno, I was maybe going Sacramento. So that wouldn't have been bad either. All right, round two was that. No, Chicago was round four. Round two, I believe, was our Florida round. Yeah, that I think by far easiest. We had a City of Orlando Park. We had blue street signs and was able to 5K in Orlando. That was cool. And then yep, just went for the Texas 50-50 and kind of lost. I really didn't think it was Houston, but I really didn't think it was Dallas either. So great job, Catalyst. I can't wait to watch this video. I really want to know how you got Dallas out of that. I'm impressed. And fourth round, L in Chicago. It wasn't an L. We were under the L on Lake, Westlake, and Wacker in Chicago. Brought back some good memories. And then pure vibes in Honolulu. Wow, let's take like just one more look at that round. Yeah, zero clues. Zero clues except Flora. It's the only thing that got me there. Nah, that's not true. The other thing were these lines. The road, the pavement. I don't know why. I just like was kind of thinking those were Hawaii lines. And the fact that we had to be somewhere where it just never ever snows here as well. And I mean, I guess that would have been Southern California, but Honolulu, all the way there. So thank you, Shmoo Gaming. Again, give them a check on YouTube. Check out their videos. And thank you for watching, and thank you for the challenge.